Oh, it's a beautiful day out today. We've been getting a lot of rain and we got a little break from the rain. Um, so yeah, we got a little break from the rain. For those watching the rebroadcast, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, comment below, because you know it always go down in the comment section. Um, what's going on, guys? How's everybody doing? I had an early morning. I was out early this morning. I'm done. Had to handle some business, but so the breaking news is President Trump was taken to Walter Reed Medical Center. So that's the breaking news. He was taken to Walter Reed Medical Center. According to the White House, they said it's nothing at all. He's going for something, but they said it's not a big deal. That's what the White House is saying. But I want to talk about something regarding that, and also I just want to let everybody know if the Knicks, if they win the NBA title, I will be in New York City for that night for when they tear New York up. I will be there filming everything. They're getting bring the National Guard because I'm telling you right now, if the Knicks, especially if they win the championship in New York City, if they win it in New York City, because they're gonna win. And here's my prediction: not only are they gonna win the championship, they're gonna sweep it. They're not gonna lose another game. There's something special going on with the Knicks right now. I just want to say that they're not gonna lose another game. Jalen Brunson has now have a great understanding of the force. He has a great understanding of the force. You know how like Steph Curry at that time, he has a great understanding of the force. Well, Jalen Brunson has a great understanding of the force. When you have a great understanding of the force within that fourth and fifth dimension, you understand that there's no past, present, or future. It's all together in that particular dimension. When you operate and think in that particular dimension, you have to already know what you're getting ready to do without no doubts. That's what these guys are tapping into. But I'll get into that later. But they're not going to lose another game. They're not. I never seen nothing like this. The last time I saw a team this good was the '96 Bulls. That's the last time I've seen a team in the playoffs this good. Was the '96 Bulls, where everybody is in sync with each other. Everybody is in sync. Everybody know their role. The '96 Bulls. But anyway, let's get back to Trump. So, according to the news, Trump was taken to um, Walter Reed Medical Center. He was taken to Walter Reed Medical Center, and they saying that the White House is saying it's not a big deal at all, but he's going to Walter Reed. Now, here's the thing, though. He probably is going for some type of observation or some type of treatment that they can't do in the White House because they have a doctor on board at the White House. He has a doctor at all times, 24/7. There's a doctor there. So for them to take him to Walter Reed, maybe it's something else. I don't know. That's all I have to say about it, right? But some people in the comment section, let me tell you this. For some people that's hoping that something happens to him, you got to be careful. If you have a great understanding of the force, like Jalen Brunson does, you're never supposed to wish bad on anybody. I learned the hard way. I learned the hard way. You're never supposed to wish bad on anybody. I learned the hard way because I've done it when I was younger, and it came back and bit me in the ass immediately. It actually hit me immediately. That's why I don't do it no more. Regardless if you don't like a person, if they pass, just don't have no. If you know how they say, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say it at all. That's how you're supposed to treat that, especially if somebody. Because what if that's your loved one that had to go to the hospital? You know what I'm saying? I could tell a lot of people haven't gone through anything yet in their life, but when you live long enough, you're gonna go through something. Okay, you're gonna lose a parent. you're gonna lose somebody close to you, somebody you went to high school with, something. If you live long enough, it's gonna happen. I'm not trying to do that to chastise anybody. You do what you do. If you don't like them, you don't like them. But however, be careful. Be careful wishing bad on somebody. That's what they're doing in the comment section. This one, you know what this person said? She said, "Oh, I hope it's bad news." That person need to be careful. Karma these days is getting people quickly. So I just wanted to say that. But he's going to Walter Reed Medical Center, and we know that's where the presidents are taken to. Especially when they're in the D.C. area, they go to Walter Reed. Um, Now the thing is, it has to probably going there for some type of treatment or observation because, like I said, there's a doctor on board at the White House. Okay, and if she recommended, it's a she. If she recommended for him to go to the doctor, then I don't know. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's some treatment that they can't do at the White House. That's what I'm saying. It could be anything. Yeah, you said he is. He tapped into the force. I'm telling you, that's what it is. And a lot of people say, "What is that?" It's like you know how when you shoot is muscle memory, right? This is beyond muscle memory. What he's doing, he did what what's the guy for the New York Knicks that did that back in the day? He'd be at the games. J.R. Smith. You remember that time in the playoffs when J.R. Smith played for the Knicks? Remember he couldn't miss. He tapped into the force. Every now and then, a lot of us could tap into the force. Some people tap into the force and don't know they're tapping into the force. When you almost sure of something, when you know you're getting ready to do something, you are sure to your bones. Nobody in the world could tell you no. You tapped into the force. You tapped into the force. You know what the force is? You know how when your mind is sitting still, when you're just chilling, it's either your mind is on a couple things, either what you want to get or what you didn't get or what your failure is. At that particular time, we always worried about something, either worried about some bills or we worried about something we about to get. But if you ever meditate and take a little time to not think about none of that, you tapped into the force. That's what the force is. Somebody taught me that. That's what the force is. And you tap into the force when you need it, and you should tap into it all the time. See, I just mentioned the force, and there is a praying mantis on my window. I told you, he's right there. He's there to say what up to me. What's up, man? I see what you're saying. I heard that's good luck. Well, he's in a bad position though. He lucky I ain't gotta go to the car wash. He'll get off, but it's a small one too. But yeah, man, you gotta be careful. You gotta be you gotta be careful. Sorry about that. What's up, Hood? What's up, Hood? Long time no see. What's up, man? All right, here we go. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to. All right, here we go. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to cut the car on real quick because my phone was overheating. What's up, Hood? Long time no see. I see your work over there. Man, you just yo, Let me tell you this, Hood, you there? You know what I'm doing? I'm now, you got me getting a notebook out, yo. Let me tell you why. Because the way you like put your stuff together, yo, I had to get a notebook out. Like when I like try to do like special videos when I want to talk about something, yo, I had to write a notebook. I have to write out how I'm gonna edit it. When I saw your stuff, I had to literally write it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I gotta get like that, yo. You know what I'm saying? Putting some thought into something. Maybe I'll do better. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll do better, yo. Maybe I'll do a little bit better. What's up, yeah, everybody? How you everybody doing? But no, the only thing I'm no. Let me just say this about Trump. If you want to wish, if you don't care about what's going on, you don't have to care. My only suggestion is just be careful, man, when you wish stuff on somebody, because I learned the hard way. You know what I'm saying? And that stuff happened to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I had to pray and everything. You know, I was like, I actually had to cleanse. I had to do a spiritual cleanse, yo. When I did that, I had to go talk to somebody. They said, yo, you got to do a spiritual cleanse right now, because you shouldn't have done that, and you shouldn't have verbalized it to the person. You know what I'm saying? I went a step further and verbalized ill will to the person. So I had to go do a spiritual cleanse, yo. This person didn't charge me for it, but the person showed me how to do it. I did a spiritual cleanse. I never did it again, regardless of whatever. Like if it's an enemy, like for enemies, just leave them alone. If a person is your enemy, there's a couple things you could do. You can either fight fire with fire. Sometimes we having a human experience. Sometimes we gonna fight fire with fire. But for me, at my particular age, I can't afford to do it anymore because I'm older. I can't afford to do it anymore. So I just like kind of just stay silent and write it down. Right? You still got to get your feelings. I write it down and then I just move on. You know what I'm saying? I just move on because for me, I just physically can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I just physically can't do it no more. Yeah, it was 95, 96. Was it 95, 96 Bears? I mean, Bulls. I mean, damn, I said Bulls. Yeah, the Bulls. What's up? What's up? What's going on? I need another phone. What's going on, Horoscope? How's everybody doing? I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Mark your calendars. I'm gonna be in New York City. Okay, I'm gonna be in New York City when the Knicks when they win the championship. I'm gonna be in New York City. I'm gonna plan for it. I already know where to park. I'm gonna pay for parking. I'm gonna bring my tripod out and I'm gonna capture the bullshit because it's going down. I'm just letting y'all know it's getting ready to go viral. It's going down. They're gonna have to bring the National Guard. It's gonna be riots. People already fighting. They were all when the Knicks when it was when the final whistle blew and we knew they were going to the NBA finals. People out there acting a whole fool. Okay, they're acting a whole fool out there. And I'm telling you right now, you think that ain't nothing. What you saw, that ain't nothing. If they win the championship, they ain't win the championship, guys, since the 1970s. Let alone going to the playoffs since 98 or 99, 98, whatever it was, 98, 99. They had won a championship since Phil Jackson was playing. Okay? That was the 1970s. I wasn't even alive yet when they won the championship. Okay? That's over 50 years. Okay? New York is getting ready to go crazy. Even more so when the Yankees won the pennant. Okay, when the Yankees won the World Series. This ain't nothing. The Knicks, it's getting you're gonna hear the saxophones playing. You know that when you something go down, you hit a loud saxophone, and the bottles cracking. That's what you're getting ready to hear. The saxophones. You start playing your saxophones, man. It's getting ready to go down, and I'm gonna be right in the mix. I'm gonna be right in the mix. This man has tapped into the force. Not only did Jalen Brunson tap into the force, he showed his other teammates how to tap into the force. They all tapped in. They're all tapped in. They're all working in unison. I ain't never seen that in a while, yo. They're working. Remember how the Splash Brothers were working in unison? They're working in unison, all five of them. All starting five is working in unison. Even the six man coming off the bench. They're working in unison. They're not going to lose. They're going to sweep again. They're going to sweep again, man. Already got the bet in. Bets are in. Max, they not. Some people say Knicks in game 5. Knicks in game 4. Game 4. It ain't no Knicks in game 5. It's Knicks in game 4. That means they're not going to win in New York. That means they're going to win in on the road. Maybe they might lose one so they can win. Only way they're going to lose one and so they can win it in New York. If they win in New York, guys, well, look, if they win, period, it's going to be crazy in New York City. If they win, period. If they win it in New York, yo, get the National Guard ready because I'm going to be out there. I'm going to be filming all of it. All of it's going to be documented. Get the National Guard ready, man. Get the National Guard ready because it's going down. It's going down. It's going down. Get the National Guard ready. Okay? Get the National Guard ready. I'm telling you, listen, remember this. Hey, listen, get the National, hold on, let me see. Chris, listen, get the National Guard ready, Chris. Okay? Get the National Guard ready. That's all I'm telling you. I'm going to be out there. I'm going to be out there for the World Cup as well. And what's that? That's in New Jersey. You know how they say the World Cup coming to New York? The World Cup is in New Jersey, right here at MetLife Stadium. I will be out there for that. If Brazil win, you know I'm going to act a fool. Okay, I'm going to have my Brazil jersey on. I'm going to be acting a fool. I don't know if I'm going to get Neymar or Vinicius Jr., Vinny Jr. I think I'm going to get Neymar. I might get both jerseys, Vinny Jr. and Neymar. Listen, it's going down. Listen, they gon' listen, it's Chris, this ain't about football. This ain't about basketball no more. They don't tap into something. You know who I'm scared about though? Guys, please tell me, is San Antonio in the finals? Oh Lord. Wait a minute. Is San Antonio in the finals? Because Wemby, he's tapped into the force. Guys, Wemby is, I ain't never seen nobody that tall play like a guard. I've never seen that before. Where did he come from? Yo, they grew him in a lab, yo. I'm sorry. I ain't never seen nobody that tall play like a guard. That dude plays like a guard. That dude is 7 foot. How tall is he? 7'4"? How tall is Wembyama? Is he 7'4" or 7'5"? Anybody know? Yeah, he's an alien, yo. He's one of the brothers that came from that other planet, yo. Them tall dudes. He's 7'6". I ain't never seen nobody. Listen, he's 7'4". He not 7'6". Cause that George Mirasan was 7'7". Sean Bradley was 7'6". Manute Bol was 7'6". Yao Ming was 7'2". He was 7'3". He was taller than Shaq. But neither one of them could play guard though. This dude, when you had what's his name, Sean Bradley, he was good for blocking shots, all of them. You know what I'm saying? Blocking shots like Big George Mirasan. Then you have Big George Mirasan down in the paint, to block the shots, right? Manute Bol blocking shots. I ain't never seen this before. This is the first time I got a chance to really study this guy. I'm like, wait a minute, no. He's not shooting threes like this. Good guys, he shot. He won. He got a buzzer beater from half court, and it was all net. It was all net. Oh my God, guys, it was all net. Where did they get this guy from? He's not human, yo. I'm sorry, yo. They cheating. They cheating, yo. They cheating. I ain't never seen somebody. He plays like a guard, and you can't rip him. He don't get ripped. When you that tall, you supposed to get ripped by the shorter guys. He don't. This dude got hand. How are you 7 foot? How old is he? 7'4". How are you 7'4" with a handle? How are you 7'4"? They cheating, yo. They cheating. You gonna get me hot talking about this, and it's already hot in the car. This is ridiculous. I'm risking the bees coming in here. How are you 7'4" with a handle? Yeah, I know his parents are tall, but he's the tallest sibling though. He taller than all his siblings. You know who else play like him? And why is he not in the NBA? Did he get hurt? Why is Bol not in the NBA, man? The only person that can guard him is Bol. The Knicks better. They need to. Well, Bol just got hurt. He just got hurt. I saw that he got hurt. He playing overseas. He got hurt. Bol can play. He can play like a guard too. If y'all ever seen Bol play, they play the same. But he has some injuries or something that he couldn't stay in the NBA. Bol can play like that. Manute Bol son. Bol. Him. They not human, yo. But Wembyamba, and he had the nerve to wear some all black Air Force Ones to the game. He wore some all black Air Force Ones, man. He letting you know he a savage. This is ridiculous. I hope the Knicks. I hope I hope they don't have an answer for him. I don't know what can you do to stop him, because Oakley not playing no more. He wouldn't be able to do that if Oakley was there. He wouldn't be able to do all that if Rodman was there. He wouldn't be able to do that if Anthony Mason was there. But they gone. And rest in peace to Anthony Mason. Because if he was down low, they would have him on the ground. He would get hurt. But this ain't the '90s no more, guys. He has all the fundamentals. Yeah, he's tough in the paint. Yeah, and look, on top of it, Wemby is tough in the paint. On top of it, you can't. It's unfair, man. He's he's they. It's like he's a 2K character. You know how you make a two. You know how we all do this. I ain't the only one on. Tell me I ain't the only one that do this. You make a character and you raise up all the attributes. So when you do play in the league, your player is better than everybody. That's how it is with him. Even the praying mantis just came back up again and told me that's not right. It's something not right with that situation. But I have to give him credit because Bol plays like that too. But the only reason why he not NBA, he had an injury. It's something wrong with Bol for him to be playing overseas, and he just got hurt. He was holding his leg. But I saw Bol when he was like crossing over somebody. I'm like, what? Bol is like 7'3". I ain't never seen this. Some craziness, boy. These young dudes is awesome. These young dudes is awesome, man. Wemby is awesome. So I don't know. I just thought about that. Are they in the play? Are they in the finals? If they're in the finals, I don't know, guys, because he tapped into the force as well. He's really tapped in because you can't stop him. Yeah, Kevin Durant's the same way. He even though he tried to say he's 6'9", no, you're not, Kevin. I seen him up close. He's 7 feet. Kevin Durant is 7 feet. Because I seen him in Bowl at the Colorado game when Dion's second year there. He wasn't that shorter than Bowl. He was just you could tell Bowl got him by like 4 inches, but he was up there as well. He's 7 feet. Because Bowl got to be 7'3". And what's the other dude name? That used to play for Boston. Um, I forget his name right now. He's 7'3" as well. Yeah, Giannis. Giannis plays. So yeah, it's that's the way it is now. These kids grow up playing like that because Giannis plays like that. Yeah, you're right. And um yeah, he played Luke play like that too. Yo, is his brother used to play in the NBA? Did Luke have a brother that played in the NBA? Because they got the same name. They might be brothers or cousins or something. Yeah, you're right. That's just how the play is. That's just how the NBA is now. Yeah, but the way Wemby is doing it, yo, you know who used to actually do that? You know who used to run the ball up the court? Shaq used to do it. Shaq used to do it. It's okay, but here's the thing: the skill set is the same. I'm gonna tell you why. The skill set is the same. It's no different than back then and now, but the rules are different. They wouldn't have let you take all them threes like that back in the day. It was just a different game. Um, but I have heard stories of Earl the Goat Manigault shooting from the half court as he was shooting from the half court free throws from the half court. He was shooting his free throws from the half court and never missed. It was a one game that he never missed it. So this has happened before. Even believe it or not, Dennis Rodman could shoot threes, but he wasn't allowed to really in the game. The game didn't call for him to do that. Because if you go back to when he was in college, he led his college team in scoring, but he didn't have to score. His job was to get rebounds. Everybody had a job to do, but Reggie Miller was the killer. Um, Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, that was the Stephen Curry before Stephen Curry. It was Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. That dude jump shot was wet. It still is because he trained people to this day. Steph Curry, dad, his jump shot was wet. Um, Wesley Persons, his jump shot was wet. Wesley Persons. Um, what's his name for the New York Knicks? Houston, Allen Houston. His jump shot was wet. Ain't no Nick yet has done what Reggie Miller did. Reggie Miller was the original Nick killer. He beat the Knicks in 18 seconds. He beat him in 18 seconds, man. I saw it. Mitch Richmond, Glenn Rice. So they all used to do the same thing back in the day, but the game, the way they used to play, it didn't allow them to do that. The zone defense came with Allen Iverson. Remember that? Yeah, Dennis Scott, Danny Ainge. They changed their defense when Allen Iverson came in the league. That's if you notice, why did Allen Iverson go first ballot Hall of Fame? Anybody know? It was because he was responsible for changing the game. They had to change the defense to guard him. They couldn't do man to man no more. Craig Hodges, okay, John Paxson and Jim Paxson. B.J. Armstrong. No, then we had shooters back in the day, dog. Shooters. But it didn't call everybody. It didn't call for that. It was a mid-range game back in the day. It was more so down in the paint, a big man's game in mid-range. Now, I must admit, the big man has evolved. The big man, the only difference is the big man has evolved. You got big men that can shoot threes. Oh yeah, except for you, Detlef Shrimp. He was a big man that could shoot. Detlef Shrimp. You're right, Detlef Shrimp. But let me tell you something. In this game, if Sean Kemp was playing, he would kill all of them. He would dunk over Wemby with no problem. Sean Kemp, the Rain Man. But now it's more so it has evolved because of the nobody is playing strict defense. You know what I'm saying? They're not playing strict defense, and they took them. They some of them do go mid range, but the big men are shooting more than ever before. That's the difference. But the skills are the same. Skills are the same. But I must admit, the big men are shooting. Their jump shots are more wet these days. I mean, Dirk Nowitzki, was he 6'10"? I believe Dirk Nowitzki was like 6'10". His jump shot was wet. Larry Bird was 6'9". Larry Bird is 6'9". His jump shot was wet. No, we had the big men back then. We did. We did. Yeah, Dirk was 7 feet. Yeah. But I'm gonna say though, there's a lot of these players that could play back then though. There's some of these current players like Anthony, what's his name? He could play. He could have played back then. He could have played back then. Steph Curry could have played back then. A lot of them could have played back then. Giannis, he could have played back then. It's a bunch of them. The dude from the Lakers. And I'm not talking about LeBron. He just LeBron is LeBron. LeBron is just LeBron is LeBron. But the other dude on his team, he could have played too. A lot of them could have played. It's just that the game was different back then. That's all. Luka Doncic. Yeah, I remember his brothers playing. I remember his brothers used to play in Europe. Yep. And one of them was supposed to come here, but man, they were making some money overseas, dog. They never came over here. Just like kind of like what's his name came over here late, Tony Kukoc. Them guys were getting money in Europe, yo, on the Series A team in Italy. But Luka Doncic, he used to be a fat kid. He used to be short and fat. He used to be stubby, but he can always ball though. But then he had a growth spurt. Luka had a growth spurt, and he better than his brothers. He like became better than them. They used to pick on him, but he got better than them. Kind of like Dalton Connect, well, whatever his name is. I don't know if he still play. I think he retired. Whatever. He was like that too. He had a growth spurt, and you know how like in the draft they said that with a certain pick in NBA draft, certain something something from Croatia or whatever, they were like, what? Who the hell is this? Until he came to the league, like, okay, I see why he got drafted. That kid in Orlando is nice too. What's his name? Tyler something. He nice. He nice. So it's just a different way they play now. That's all. But it's still entertaining. I like how they play. It's entertaining. I like to see the big man shooting more. I love it. And playing the guard, dribbling the ball and stuff. I love it. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Anthony Edwards. Anthony could have played with Jordan and them. Anthony Edwards is the closest thing. Um, he might be the closest to Jordan that we have now. Anthony Edwards. He's the closest that I could think of that kind of play like him. I don't know about anybody else. He just come to mind. He's the closest that I could think of. They could. They might have to move that 3 pointer back again. They might have to. All right. Here's my question. This is a trivia question. Everybody give me different answers to. Who gets the credit? Who gets the credit for bringing the Euro step to the NBA? Somebody said they right. That's what I said. I said it was Manu Ginobili. Somebody told me no, Max. I said who? Somebody was like who? I was like who could it be? They said, bro, you don't know who it is? You don't know who came with that Euro step? And I was thinking about it. He was like, bro, the New Jersey Nets. I said, oh my God, you talking about the late Drazen Petrovic? He said yes. It was Drazen Petrovic. If you go back to some of his games, he had a version of the Euro step. Rod Strickland did it too, actually. But I believe they learned it from what's his name? No, Rod had more of a sidestep. He had more of a sidestep. Somebody told me it was Drazen Petrovic. When I went back to see some of the tape, I said, yeah, he did do it. And he played before Manu Ginobili. So I was like, wait a minute. He didn't play. Manu wasn't playing, and he was a kid. So yeah, it might have been Drazen Petrovic. He don't get the credit for it though. Manu does. Oh man, you know what Jordan said in the Olympics? He couldn't wait to play him. He couldn't wait to play Drazen. Drazen was nice. He was 6'5", 6'6". He was a swing guard. He was nice. Drazen was nice, man. He died in a car accident. I believe it was on an autobahn. Yep. Oh man, Derek Coleman was on the same team. Drazen, Kenny Anderson, and Derek Coleman. They were all on the same team. If Drazen had lived, they would have been high in the playoffs. Him and Reggie Lewis, with the Boston Celtics. He was already the man. He passed away. Um, yeah, Reggie, that was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy. Reggie Lewis. They the United States, the rest of the world is trying to catch up to us now when it comes to basketball. They're trying. What saved us this year was Stephen Curry. Stephen, he did his thing. He couldn't miss in the Olympics. Yeah, Keith Van Horn. Remember Keith Van Horn? Power forward, Utah. Keith Van Dam, man. You said Keith Van Horn, man. Damn. Derek Smith. There was a lot of nice players back then. You know, it was like we had rivalries back then. You didn't have players jumping around too much. Every now and then you would have a super trade, you know. You'll have a trade. Just like the Bulls going up against Sean Kemp and the boys, or the Bulls going against the Bad Boys before Rodman left. But you know what? I heard. Is it true that is LeBron leaving the Lakers? You know where he coming, right? You know where LeBron going. He gonna play one more year. I know where he going. If he not going back to the Lakers, he going with Stephen now to form another super team. Now I think he might go with Stephen now, or he could go back to Cleveland to finish his career out. Oh, with KG and Ray Allen, damn, you taking it back. That was a good team though with KG and Ray Allen. And them. They won. They won a chip. They got a championship out the deal. And Paul Pierce and them. Yo, J.R. Smith. Somebody please tell him to get a bodyguard, please. Stop going in the crowd because he keeps getting mobbed. They don't try to hurt him or anything, but he could not get to his car. They were mobbing him because they consider him a Nick legend too. Like he. I'm like Jr. Please go where everybody else is going. Don't go back in the crowd, dog. They like lifted him up and everything. They were lifting him around. I think he enjoyed it. I think he enjoyed it because the fans. I guess he didn't think the fans were going to take to him like that. They did. He had on Brunson's jersey. He had on Brunson's jersey. They saw him immediately and grabbed him. They saw him immediately. That's what's up, though. I'm glad J.R. Smith getting some love. Shout out to J.R. Smith, man. 2001 Milwaukee, but Sam Cassell, Ray Allen, Glenn Robinson, Glenn Big Dog Robinson. What's good? What's good? Big Dog Robinson. That was a good team. But please tell J.R. Smith not to go in the street no more. Please. Please don't. They're not trying to hurt him, though, but he's going to get hurt. He's going to get hurt because he was out there where the fans were. Dude, they just picked him up, and I don't know where they took him. He just disappeared, yo. They were all around him. They picking him up and throwing him. I'm like, oh my God. He enjoyed it, though. I think he was trying to do like, okay, y'all could get. They ain't want no pictures, Jr. They wanted to put you up in the hoist you up in the air. That's what they did. So please, somebody tell him don't just go the other way, please. It's crazy, but he's having fun like everybody else though. Marbury was doing the same. Yeah, New York, they get. I ain't never seen them be that nuts. But let me tell you this: if they win the finals and win the whole thing, I'm gonna be out there for the bullshit. I'm gonna be out in New York, yo. I'm gonna film everything and I'm gonna go live. I'm going live from ground zero. The bullshit. Bring the National Guard because it's getting ready to go down. Oh, you said Elgin Baylor? Elgin was nice. He was nice. He was the first one. Shit, you could go back to Elgin Baylor then. Elgin was a scorer, straight up. If they win the champ, I'm gonna be out there though. So pray for me because I'm gonna be out there. I know y'all like, what you going out there for? I'm gonna go live. And watch, y'all don't think I'm going. That's like a lot of people didn't think I was going to the Diddy trial. Guys, I'm gonna be out there, yo. Oh wow, there's filming of Elgin Baylor doing a Euro step. That's good. That's good. That, but they didn't call it the Euro step back then. They probably called it the Elgin step or something, or the Elgin move. But if he gets credit for the Euro step, we gotta give it to him. And you know what? Europe studies us, so they probably studied Elgin Baylor, and they probably saw it. Elgin was nice though. He was a scorer, a pure scorer back then. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be in the mob. It's gonna listen. It's getting ready to get. It's getting. They're gonna have to bring. They're gonna have to bring. They're gonna have to bring the mace out. You know, how Cosby macing everybody. They're gonna be doing all of that. They're gonna burn stuff. It's just getting ready to go crazy. I'm gonna be out there for it. Okay, we're gonna be out there all night. This ain't gonna last for just a couple of hours. It's gonna last all night. Okay, I remember Kenny Skywalker. It's gonna be all night that this is going down. They're gonna have to. The governor is gonna have to get on the news and tell us to stop. Okay, the governor gonna have to declare a state of a city of emergency. It's just gonna be. It's gonna be that crazy. We might be on the Brooklyn Bridge. We might have to go take it to the bridge. I ain't getting on that bridge though. If they gonna be on that bridge wilding out, I'm not doing that because every time that bridge be shaking. I'm not trying to get on that bridge, but I will be out there at the garden. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, guys. It's gonna be. Only thing I could say is it's gonna be straight up ignorant. You said, but if the Knicks lose, it's still gonna be ignorant. Even if they lose, it's gonna be ignorant. Now, if they lose, it might get all the way violent. It might go. It might just see because New York is different kind of people. I remember when I went to the Subway Series back in the day with the Yankees and Mets. I was trying to hold my laugh in going to the car after the Mets lost. This guy was crying, a grown ass man crying. I can't believe this, man. I can't believe tears coming down his face. I'm like, what? It's just a game. What you crying for, bro? People be crying. Brad Daugherty. Damn, you said Brad Daugherty. You taking it back, man. Next thing you gonna know, man. I listen. I'll take it. I'll take it back so far. You ain't gonna be able to mess with me, yo. Who had one of the best names in the game? It's only one. It's only one. I'm talking about one of the best. All right. Who had one of the best names in the game? His name. His name was so catchy that it was his name, but it was like a nickname, but it was his name. It's only one, man. Only one I could think of. Let's see. Somebody's gonna get it. It was such a unique name. It was such a unique name. I was like, yo, he had the best name in the game, yo. One of the best names in the game. And I don't even think I think it was a nickname. But yep, there it is. There it is. You said it. I knew somebody was gonna get it. World Be Free. That was one of the best. I was like, yo, what? I remember my dad telling me, I said, what's his name? He said his name is World Be Free. I said, World Be Free?
Yeah, world be free. And he meant that too. World be free. He meant that. And then the second one was meta world peace. You know what I'm saying? I just call them world peace. Man, what is that? Damn spider or something. My boy World Peace, Ron Artest. I like when he changed his name to World Peace. Meta World Peace. Oh, I know Larry. You talking about Larry Bird? Of course, Larry Bird was the dude. Yo, here's a story. Sean Kemp told the story. When Sean Kemp was a rookie in the NBA, when he played the Boston Celtics for the first time, Larry Bird came up to him. He said, I see that you dropped this and that on my brother in college. Was that you? He said, I know it was you. He said, yeah, I got your ass tonight. He said that. He said, your ass is mine tonight. And he lit Sean Kemp ass a new one. Larry Bird used to do this. He used to talk a lot of shit, but he could back it up though. He said that to Sean Kemp. He said, "Oh, you did this and that. You scored all this on my brother and dunked on him in college." He was like, "That's your brother?" He said, "Yeah, your ass is mine tonight." And one time, I heard this was true, but then Larry finally admitted to it because for a long time it was a conspiracy theory. But I forget the game. Somebody probably could research the game. He was so bored, he made every layup left-handed. It was a game. Or was it J.R. Ryder or was it Sean Kemp? Who did he say that to? No, it was Sean Kemp. He said it to. Sorry about that, guys. I got it going here. I was waiting for my mother to get out the doctor's office. She's ready. So I will catch you guys later. But a part two. But I didn't realize that you said what's the name was credited with the Euro step. I didn't know that. That's a very good that's very good to know. I didn't know that. Oh shoot, I'm muted. I gotta I was waiting on my mother to get out the doctor's office and she's ready. So I gotta go take her. But man, I enjoyed this conversation. We're gonna have to do a part two. Maybe when I get home, we gonna do a part two and whatnot. But I'm gonna hit you guys up later, man. But I didn't know that about Elgin Baylor, man. That was I didn't know that. I didn't know he was credited with that move. I didn't know that. I know they say nothing is new under the sun. So yeah, I believe that Elgin Baylor. I'm gonna have to go see it now. But all right, guys, I'm gonna catch y'all later.